Hey guys, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes. And Jen Hatmaker is a homespun influencer who has millions of fans listening to her podcasts and reading her book.
That's right. I love and follow Jen, first name basis. And now she's reaching her followers in a different way, through food.
Teresa Strasser's looking at the best-selling author's latest project, Recipes for Real People. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
Jen Hatmaker is an author, a podcaster, and a blogger with 830,000 followers on Facebook and more than 500,000 on Instagram. They love to hear her dish about relationships, family, and food.
I love being in the kitchen. I love cooking and I love feeding people. And then turns out I love to write about it.
We turn to Jen to get the scoop on her new cookbook, Feed These People. Slam dunk recipes for your crew, and to also learn her recipe for success, not just in the kitchen, but throughout her life. Her first tip, don't be intimidated by cooking.
I did not learn to cook until I was 30 years old. And if I can figure it out, so can you.
Jen says her 5 kids helped ignite her passion for cooking.
I was walking around mad at my kids all the time because they wanted to eat dinner again. Like every single day, they wanted to eat dinner. And I had no idea how to cook. I was a culinary tragedy.
She watched lots of cooking shows in the early 2000s, and that was her culinary school.
I'm like, well, let's figure out what garlic is. Can I get it at the grocery store? How exciting. And bit by bit and trial by error, I learned how to cook. And then I discovered that I absolutely loved it and I loved feeding people.
But she says the key is to have no muss, no fuss recipes that won't stress you out in the kitchen.
This is a cookbook for regulars. This is a cookbook for normals.
Next, she says the key is to make cooking fun.
I make it super easy. I'm not a fussy teacher in the kitchen at all. I'm like, use it if you want. If you don't have it, leave it out. If you want to swap it, swap it. That's the way that I will kind of lead you in the kitchen.
And get your kids involved. That helps keep picky eating in check.
When you get your kids in the kitchen and they help you make a recipe, they will eat it. That is the proudest moment of their day. So your kids can help you do this, and I promise you there will not be a crumb left.
And finally, have a go-to recipe. Hers is green chili taco cups.
This is just taco meat, just like you would do for tacos. Seasoned, can of green chilies, a can of tomatoes, brown it up. And then instead of putting them in a taco shell, we're gonna put them in a wonton wrapper, and we're gonna put those in a muffin tin.
Wonton wrappers are a great substitute for taco shells. You throw a second layer on.
Then we're gonna do a second layer of this delicious, seasoned taco meat right in there, just like this. And then we're gonna cover it up with cheese, as much as you want.
Pop it in the oven at 375 degrees for 8 minutes.
It gets toasty and brown and crunchy and melty, and you end up with these little individual taco cups. And they're such a winner.
Jen hopes to inspire young and old cooks alike with her Southern wit.
I hope it's entertaining. You can literally read this book like a novel. I told a lot of stories in it, and it's pretty funny.
Learning to cook with Jen Hatmaker is at the top of our list.